Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Hipster podcast. This is your host, Jamil Hassan, the Crypto Hipster, where I bring you founders, entrepreneurs, executives, co-founders, you name it, all over the world of crypto and blockchain. And today I have a very interesting and amazing guest. He comes to me from Ghana. I think it's my first guest from Ghana. I'm really looking forward to it. He's the co-founder of Me for Africa. His name is Ibrahim Mustapha. Ibrahim, welcome.
Thank you very much. And thank you. I appreciate this gesture. And I'm happy to also share my voice and being the first Ghanaian to be on this podcast. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I'm looking forward to it. So let's kick things off. And I want to find out first, what is your background and is it a logical background for what you're doing now?
Right. Thank you for the question. My background is into accounting. I read accounting, BSc accounting at the KNUST in Ghana, University of Science and Technology. But now I'm a public speaking coach. So you can see that there's a big division from what I studied in school and what I'm doing now. But more importantly, my passion. So professionally, I'm a public speaking coach. I go to organizations to train people and stuff. But what I'm passionate about is what Me for Africa comes in. So Me for Africa is an organization that seeks to empower, and we'll talk about that. So that's my passion project. So I believe that we all need the opportunities that we had along the way. Technology has given me the leverage. Me even meeting you today is out of technology, but there are people who don't even have access to that technology. So my passion work is to help people to climb that ladder. And that is why and how come Me for Africa, which is also not accounting. So it's a different thing altogether from what I studied in school.
Awesome. So you have your Me for Africa has a mission, has a vision. What is that all about? I'm dying to know.
Right. So Me for Africa started as a volunteer organization. So one day I went to school. After completing university, we do national service. So they post you somewhere to volunteer. So I was volunteer as a teacher, classroom teacher in a school. Then I just by mistake, the headmaster said I should go and teach ICT, technology. So, but I couldn't, there were no laptops. There were no computer labs in those schools. So I entered the class, I tried to draw a laptop and all those stuff. So the next day I said, no, I'm going to make it more practical. So I carried a bag. At that time, I was also like 10 years back. I was also not having a laptop, but my sister was having a laptop, which I used to do my thesis. So I went back to her and said, oh, I'm still going to do 1 or 2 touches on my thesis. So give me the laptop. So I sent the laptop back to the school. And I'm telling you, the first day I sent the laptop to the school, I was like a king. All the students wanted to have a feel and touch the laptop. So yes, I was excited that that was the first time of seeing a laptop, but I was also sad because in this age and era, see how technology has evolved. We've moved from the first grade computers, we've moved from different computers, Windows 92, Windows, whatever, Pentium, whichever, we've moved up above that. But some people are yet to even touch a laptop. So I was sad and I said, oh, if this is my first gesture and it has given people joy, can I do more? And I said, yes. And that was how come Me for Africa started. So I started it as a volunteer group, and I used to volunteer, ask people, my colleagues who have laptops, to bring their laptops. So we go to the villages. Why? Because they don't have access to electricity, so they can't power laptops. So we go there, we just power on our laptops, we teach them the basic things, and off we go. So I use funding from my public speaking and book sales to fund Me for Africa. So that's how come Me for Africa started. And our mission is just to empower young people, young vulnerable people, and women in rural areas by giving them access to education, giving them access to technology, and also letting them know that they can do well and more in terms of entrepreneurship and business.
Sounds wonderful. You right now, you have two main projects, right? You have InnoHub on Wheels, and you have
Yes.
Empower Local Women, right? What are
Yes.
each projects all about?
So the InnoHub on Wheels is a bit of like what we started with. So we power laptops, we go to communities, and we teach these young people blockchain. We teach them access to how they can be able to use the computers. Well, first of all, we teach them the basics because they don't have labs. So we send our like mobile labs, and we go and set up the mobile labs in those communities, in those schools, and we teach them one. First of all, the first thing we do is to let them even know how to handle computers because they don't know what a laptop is. So we go there, give them access, the basic things, they just get to see, touch, feel the laptop, see how it operates. Then we tell them there are a lot of opportunities. You can use a laptop to even apply to schools, send letters to US, make friends, learn blockchain, build a career out of even technology. Then the next phase has to do with, now that they are getting to know the laptop, how do we bridge the gap so that they can do more with the laptop? So we try to train them with skills like we have a Scratch software, which is used for coding. It's a Scratch basic software for coding. And also we train them, we teach them about basic things about blockchain technology and how they can leverage. So short, that is the InnoHub on Wheels, where we send the technology, we send the labs, mobile labs to communities and to schools. So that's the one. The second one has to do with women empowerment. I'm from a background, and I know what my mother has done for me. And my mother, who has not gone to school, but she used to carry things in the market to sell in order to pay my school fees. So growing up, I feel like, yes, if we do more for women, I think they can create more opportunities in society. So I started, I saw that in the Me for Africa, we can use one of our projects, tailor it, and give women access to what? Skills, and give them access to networks, and give them access to market. So what we do is that we train women, rural, especially those in the rural communities, how to do basic things like soap making, how to do beads, how to do design. This is one of the shirts by the women who we train. So you see, and one thing, I just wanted to pilot it the first time. And we said, okay, let's do 1 day training program for them. And after the training program for bead making, the next day, some of the women started calling me. Oh, where can we get the raw materials of the beads? We want to do them and resell. And I said, wow, this is impact. We can do more. Just 1 day training, and they are able to go into the market and say that they want to buy the raw materials and they want to resell the beads. That was wonderful. So we do that project, and specifically for rural women. So those are the two projects that we do. We also have timely projects, projects that are not like our core mandates, but those things, they just come in my mind as an entrepreneur. Sometimes I feel like the emotions of people once they go through one or two things. So we do donation projects in some communities. There's a donation project we did at a witch camp, a camp that deserted, women are deserted there. They don't have food, they don't have water. So we just went there. They told me, and I just, in my mind, I can do it. We went and we do donations. So we do those donations alongside the main projects that we do. But the core projects that we do now are the InnoHub on Wheels and the Women Empowerment Project.
Very cool. I have interviewed over the years a few women who have created coding programs for communities. One was in Afghanistan, one was in, I don't remember what, it was smaller villages in Africa. And in order to use blockchain, you have to have a laptop, or you have to have an iPhone, or you have to have something, right?
Yes.
But a lot of the people that you help don't, but you're
Yes.
teaching them, right? So what's the status of like community while it's how have you built up the community to be able to teach them to work together in a community while it's have you done anything there?
Yes. So what we do is that, first of all, strategically, I am a volunteer. I love to volunteer. I love to volunteer for organizations, both local and international. So when I started this Me for Africa, I just said, I'm going to do it no matter what, no matter the barriers. So the first thing is that getting access, letting them know that there's access to it. That's one of the things. So that's why we go there, Hub on Wheels, we go there, we let them penetrate, we just do quick training programs to give them access to technology, what they can do with technology and stuff. The other aspect has to do with partnership. So there's this organization that I volunteer for. It's called Africa ICT Right. And they are the ones that I'm using to do the implementation partners. Over the years, they have been good because they have funding. I don't have much funding like them, my organization. So they have funding. They build computer labs in schools. They build computer labs in communities. So I've partnered with them, and they have some of their computer laboratories in communities as strategic places whereby the students can have access to the computer lab, and also some of the women can also have access to the computer lab for continuous training. So that's what I've been able to do to be able to break that gap, to give people access to computers. For example, there's a community called Savulugu. It's called Savulugu. In that community, it was only our computer lab that we set up, which is even 10 pieces of computers, and close to like 100,000 people in the community. Around that community, they all have access to that lab. That's the only lab they can have access to if they want to learn, if they want to print things and stuff. So that's the leverage, and that is what I'm doing, partnering with organizations to make sure that there's that stability, and then we can do more.
Sounds good. So one of the things that you're also doing, is you're building a sustainable future that's filled by innovation and inclusivity, right?
Yeah.
Those are aligned with, I believe, the UN's goals and the WEF's goals, right?
Yes.
So how do we build that sustainability, and how do we build upon it?
So there are a lot of things that we can do to build on sustainability. And I've seen that one of them is what we are just doing today, is that we can foster collaborative solutions. And I'm happy that you've given me this platform, because that's part of the collaboration. If you don't collaborate, if you don't link people up, if you don't give access to opportunities through collaboration, through networking, I think we are just going to build in thin air. So one of them is collaboration, and which you have given me, and I'm happy for that. The other one is that we can empowering a diverse range of innovators. We can do that by empowering young people, whether women, whether kids, wherever they are, whether in Africa, Tanzania, whether they are in China, whether they are in Asia, wherever they are, we need to empower them. Because innovation these days is not only in Silicon Valley. There are a lot of young people in communities who have innovative ideas that can make this world a better place. But one, they don't have opportunities. Two, no one knows them. And three, they are not even empowered enough to know that they can even unlock and spark that innovation in them. A case in point was when I was doing this, when I started the Me for Africa, I feel like young people, when they come in, imagine a young girl who, I'm not too much into tech. Like I told you, I studied accounting. But one thing that I realized was that imagine a young girl of 9 years coming to one of the labs, right? And the first day we introduced them to the Scratch technology and how to do games, mobile games, how to be able to use the Scratch technology to do like the design things. The next day, this young girl was I was teaching them something. Their original trainer was not there. So I just stepped in and I wanted to explain one or two things to them. And I did something. She said, no, sir, that is not how they do it. You can do it this way and that way. And I feel like, wow. And she was right. So imagine, this is a girl who has never gotten access to computers, but one day training, and she was able to use that to play games, to do, and she was correcting me. So you see, I underestimated them, but through the power of like empowering them, she has found herself and she can do more. And there are young people who, if we do that, I think they can be able to do more. Then another aspect that we can do more in terms of the sustainability is ensuring equitable access. Ensuring equitable access. The world is such a way that it's like there are a lot of people who are left out. And they are left out because I don't know why, but maybe because they don't have the bargaining power, because they don't have A, B, C, D, because they don't have the network and stuff, and we leave them out. I believe that if we give everybody equitable access, if we give everybody the opportunity to explore, to come out of their shelves, and to get the tools, the technology, the softwares, the internet connectivity, even the skill set and the mindset to be able to dream, be able to think, to be able to innovate, and not wake up and think about, oh, what am I going to eat next? I think we can do more. So if you give people equitable access so that at the base of whatever we do, everybody can dream, everybody can come out of ideas, and we move people from survival mode to innovative mode. So I believe this is important for global leaders, for people around the world to know that, no, if we cut some people off, it's going to be a harm to the world because a lot of people each day die with great ideas. Not because they wanted to die, but because the world has not given them a fair ground to play. It's not fair. It's not anybody's fault, but I think we can do more to bring everybody to the table.
And what do you think blockchain's role is?
So blockchain, when I started hearing the concept about blockchain technology and stuff, I think I started to develop interest. One, I believe that from where I'm coming from and from rural communities, and blockchain can be used to facilitate sustainable finances. Sustainable finances. So maybe blockchain can streamline finances in terms of renewable energy projects and also green businesses, sustainable businesses. And also it can also be used to enhance transparency and traceability. There are a lot of times that we see NGO projects, the big budget NGOs in Africa or even around the world, they say, oh, this is what we are doing. This is how we're doing what we do. But the reality is that when you go down, you don't see it. You cannot even trace what they are doing. You cannot even track what they are doing. I think with blockchain, we can be able to help in that regard. And also, it can also be used to empower communities. So blockchain can empower local communities by providing secure and transparent platforms for managing renewable energy, tracking community-based conservation efforts, and doing more. Then the other thing is that we need transformation learning experiences. So interactive simulations, gamification, and also expert interviews like you do, right? You can use blockchain to do more. So that once we know that, yes, it's a continuous process, blockchain is here to stay. How do people get to know about blockchain? The interviews you do, people get to access that. And that becomes a university of the world. Because now, yes, some organizations have picked it up that they are doing blockchain technologies, but it's something that is emerging. They are just doing it without any guideline. They are just doing that, training people based on their intuition, based on what they've researched online. But this is an evolving trend whereby there's someone in Asia who is doing great work. And if you interview that person, me in Africa will say, wow, this is what blockchain is all about in Asia. There's someone like me in Africa who is using blockchain, who wants to empower young people in this new trend, in this new blockchain technology. And I say, oh, this is what we are doing. This is the ways and means that we are using to train young people in Africa about blockchain. Then you say, wow, someone will maybe be able to learn from me. So I think what you do is very important in terms of the transformative learning experience in blockchain technology.
It's interesting you just said those three words. You said transformative learning experience. You do have an educational platform that you bring, right? That you've created, that you teach. What is that all about, and how are you building the tech leaders for tomorrow?
What I envision from the beginning with Me for Africa is that I've seen that I've traveled around the world. I've seen different people. I've even spoken at events, World Economic Forum. I've done a training there. I've been to USA. I've been to China. I've been to Dubai, South Africa, and I've seen what young people are using technology to do. So coming back home, I don't see much of that. Yes, people are even scared to venture. People are even scared to start, whether it's a business, whether it's a podcast, whether it's even going to school, whether it's even changing their mindset to do better for themselves. And I feel like, no, it shouldn't be like that. So technology has given me much, connecting me to world leaders, global leaders and stuff. So I feel that I can use same technology to help connect people, to help create opportunities. But above all, I want people to learn. I want people to get empowered. And that comes, there comes the public speaking that I do alongside, which is my career, and also the Me for Africa and Hub on Wheels. So the base of this is that young people can learn, whether together, whether at home, whether in school, whether with their parents, whether they're sick beds and stuff. And that has transformed and helped me to come out of ideas like this. So one is we do the community trainings, whereby we do training programs. We just go to schools. We use schools first because we have a ready audience in schools. So we write letters to the schools. Then once they accept, we let them know that, oh, this is what we are coming to do. First of all, we ask, are the schools having computer labs? If they don't have computer labs, then we fully send our mobile team in terms of our laptops. And how we get the laptops is that we just do volunteers. I have a lot of friends who are quite influential. So from the beginning, we're using, I say, Mr. A, can I borrow your laptop? We are going to do a community project. And they say yes. Then we go to some of the schools that have experienced people who can teach IT. Then we say, okay, today we are going to do a project in maybe school A. So all the technical people, but we have one person who is more technical, who knows about the topic, and that person will be the facilitator. But the rest of the people are volunteers who come there and they say, okay, this is what we are doing. They help the students, they talk them, power the laptop and stuff, and they do that. So that's what we do first. The other one is that we do community outreaches, not schools. So that one is out of schools. So we have if there's a lab in the community, that's good. But if there's no lab, we try to reach out, set up our mobile labs still, and we do the training programs. So the first training is to help people to see what they can do with technology. Then after that, we see those who are interested in learning more, then we enroll them to do the coding programs, to do the blockchain programs, and to do the continuous program for 3 months. And after 3 months, we try to find what is the next plan for you. Some people want to use that. And when we started with that, fortunately for us, Electoral Commission of Ghana, they wanted IT staffs, people to go and do surveys and stuff using IT tools, using the phone and stuff. And they enroll a lot of our students, people who were part of the system, to go and do that. So that's, in short, that's how we do what we do, and it helps.
Awesome. You sound like more. You sound more than just an accountant. So, but although the blockchain is a ledger, so you had to be an accountant to understand it at a basic level. You reminded me of something though. Sometimes I get lost in okay, this person's making money over here. This person's putting $100 into a meme coin and making 1 million. And I lose track of the real benefit, the real promises of blockchain, which are banking the unbanked, identifying the unidentified, and a voice for the voiceless. That I think, you thank you for bringing me back to that. With that, you seems like you're doing that. So I'm interested to know about your roadmap in the near, medium, and long terms and maintaining that vision you have.
So the immediate, the now, what we're doing now is the school visits, getting people to know, spread the word about technology, ICT, whatever, getting people to enroll, to have a feel of blockchain, and especially the program that I want to, the Hub on Wheels, that I want to now formally do it more. Because we started, and we started last year with the Hub on Wheels, and now we've reached up to close to 800 students with our own resources. Reach out to over 800 students now. So that's what we're doing now. But the long-term vision, the 5-year plan, is that we want to have a bus, and a bus that will have like computer laptops on it. Is just going to be equipped with world-class training equipment in terms of technology. And we are going to use that to go to communities that we can go and remain there for close to like maybe 1 week or 1 month, for the students to have access, internet connectivity, to have interactions of their peers, maybe abroad, and stuff. So it's just going to be a mobile moving van that is going to be going to communities and stuff. And the other thing that we are looking up to is that we want to, and then that's in the near still 5 years and stuff, we want to see how best we can do more in terms of the computer labs, building computer labs. Because yes, the mobile aspect, we are forced to do mobile activities because that's the option now. Because the communities, some of them don't have electricity. Some of the schools that we helped in the past to set up mini computer labs, we have issues with teachers picking some of the laptops home and not bringing them back. Teachers not imagine you send 10 computers to a school, and the headmaster, because he is the headmaster, feels like, no, these computers, these students they don't give access to the students to use that. So we want to see how best in the next 5 years, after doing a mobile van, getting it equipped so that we can reach out to more people, also have labs in communities whereby we will empower people, qualified people, to man those laboratories. So it's not going to be for the schools, it's going to be for the community. But we are going to manage them, and we are going to make sure that they get the right training. Anyone who steps foot into the lab, your mind gets changed. So it's going to be future classrooms whereby we have robotics equipment, we have things that some of these kids, games that they can play, things that they can easily learn and also change their career path. So we are going to have these community laboratories. But all in all, what I'm looking at in the long term, that's going to be a long term, is that we want to have, and I started exploring this, it's going to be kind of like a college or a university, whereby we are going to run it like what Harvard is doing or any other university is doing, but it's going to be solely on digital skills. So you can come in, learn digital skills, world-class digital skills training for free. Why we're doing it for free is that we want to make sure, let people know that, yes, sometimes it pays for you to pay, but where we are coming from, we want to give everybody access. We don't want someone to have a story to say, oh, I didn't go to that school because they were paying too much. I didn't get to go to university because I couldn't pay the fees. I didn't get to go to university because I didn't get the scholarship. So we don't want people to have an excuse. So in the long term, we are going to have a full-fledged college or university accredited building whereby anyone can come there, learn for free, learn digital, whether you want to learn blockchain, whether you want to learn networking, whether you want to learn all the courses in the world. AI now is a ish, robotics, where you can come in and learn and still have the same degree, the same qualification as someone who will visit Harvard. And that is the long-term plan that I'm looking at, so that we can do more and let people know that, yes, universities is good, but it's not only supposed to be paid. You can still have free universities, which give you world-class. And I started exploring models from African Leadership Academy, an African Leadership University, and also another model is in Ghana, which is Ashesi University, but it's not fully free. They just give it to the needy, those who are in need for free, but they are doing different courses and different things. We are going to focus on technology. We are going to focus on digital skills. And then we will let the world know that, yes, you can still go to school for free and it's possible.
I wish some universities here in the US were free. They're not. But then, that leads me to thinking, if it's that, then it's charity, then it would be charity, right? Or charitable content. So I know you have a call to action as well, regarding the role of blockchain and crypto used for charity.
Yes.
What is your call for action?
My call for action is that if you are listening to this and you are into blockchain or crypto or anything that you are into, the question is, how are you making society better? How are you making impact? What are you doing? Apart from just amassing and saying, oh, I have $1 million in crypto, $10 million, I've bought a yacht, I've bought a private jet. What is it that you want to make an impact with in terms of your crypto life? What is it? Because at the end of the day, the only thing that actually counts is when people see that, oh, this person has invested. It may not be me for Africa, but any organization or anything that you do in your community that will make a mark, you should do it. So the question is, what are you doing today? As a global leader, as a crypto leader, as all the things that you've done, the profits you've made, what are you doing? And the other question I want to ask you is that we all know during COVID, a lot of people have crypto, right? That passed away, and we can't even trace the crypto. We don't even know where they are because we can never get that because of how it is. So let's also use crypto to make an impact. Let's create change. Let's go out to societies. Let's be the change. Apart from and you may not even necessarily invest in your cash. All what you need to do is to invest with the knowledge that you have. Tell somebody, touch somebody's life. Let someone know that, oh, you can get into crypto. These are the ABCD things that you need to do. Tell somebody like Jamil is doing with the podcast, great podcast that he's doing, to let people know about crypto. We can all do that. Creating opportunity, creating enabling environments, and making sure that the stories that we have, we can do more of crypto. Imagine 2 BTC empowering 100,000 young people in a year. Just 2. And you see, once you do that, you see that, wow, there's impact into it. There's impact in that. So let's all do more. Let's reach out. Let's create opportunities. And let's have a heart for the world. And once we have the heart for the world, then we now find true meaning to what crypto is about. We now find true meaning to what blockchain is about. We now find true meaning to say that, wow, last year I had this amount of crypto, made like close to $1 million. And I've been able to give me $10,000 to this organization, to my community, to my house, my next door neighbor, I've been able to touch their lives because I found out that they are struggling with ABCD. And out of my profits, I was able to touch their life. So Me for Africa is calling everybody. Let's partner, let's invest, let's do more. And above all, we are ready to do it for everybody. So and like I said, we want to see that one day we have Crypto Hipster on t-shirts for like 100 women wearing Crypto Hipster and saying that, yes, Crypto Hipster, you've made our life proud. You've touched our lives. So we are ready to do that. And I believe that the world will be a better place just because of you, Crypto Hipster, and everybody who is creating opportunities.
See, I love that idea of a hipster on a t-shirt. I love that. Thank you. And I want to thank you very much for your time today. I really enjoyed speaking with you. I have one last question, and it's how can people find out more information about you, about Me for Africa? How can they get involved? How can they donate? How can they do anything like that?
Right. So thank you for that. So Me for Africa, we have our website, www.meforafrica.org. And also we are developing our social media handles, which is on LinkedIn. And also we have another one on Instagram and stuff. But if we are still going to develop and work on our mobile, we'll have a mobile app. And also we are going to work on a website whereby once you get into our websites, you can be able to directly donate, whether crypto and also, using the normal payment systems, gateways. So we are still going to develop in that because of limited resources that we have. We just want to put it up there so that if someone even wants to help us build a more robust website, that person is welcome. But for now, those are the things that we are being reached into. But also we have the proposal going on that we want to do these training programs, even though the training programs have already started. We've already started doing the training programs. So you can also donate through crypto, even if it is $10, if it is $100. But above all, what we need is the experience that people have, the skills that people have that they want to bring on board. So if you want to give us exposure like Crypto Hipster is doing, we appreciate that. If you want to give us your mentorship, because yes, I'm just energetic. I've done public speaking. I've traveled around the world, but this is something that I want to do for my community, and I can't do it alone. I used to think that when I started when I just started in 2017, I didn't open it up for anybody to donate. I feel like, oh, I can do it. I felt like, but I realized that I was being limited. There are a lot of schools that needed our training programs. A lot of volunteers, you need to fuel cars, send the volunteers, and also sometimes give them stipends. But I feel like, no, we can do more when we open it up for people to genuinely feel that, no, this is a project. This is a cause. This is something that we are willing to support. Even though, yes, they just look ordinary, but they are doing great projects in communities. When you follow our social media, you see that we've done a lot of community projects. We've done a lot of things, but we still want to do more with the help of all of the people that are around. So you can also reach out to us and we'll take it from there.
Thank you very much for your time today.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome.